Good evening from sunny Southern California. Hope everyone's well. There's my kids back here playing soccer. Then it's football. Then it's volleyball. Then it's baseball. They switch it up. But hey, I had something I wanted to share quickly. There's so many people out there. I've been getting DMs, emails, texts, everything. People are stressed out right now. They're anxious. They're worried. We got hurricane situations. We got devastation. We got economic collapse. We got a lot of things to stress us out. I even found myself today as we're preparing for this weekend in Pennsylvania and next weekend in Georgia and North Carolina and Phoenix and then DC. I found myself getting stressed out, and getting pounded by negativity and getting pounded by all of the stuff that comes our way as Americans, well, really just as humans on the earth these days. But I was sitting down today and I'm eating pomegranates. We have 2 massive pomegranate trees in our yard, and man, the pomegranates are everywhere now, and they're ripe and they're juicy and they taste amazing. And this is like a Middle Eastern biblical fruit. And there's Zion. Okay. And this is a fruit that represents prosperity, fertility. It represents healing. It really even represents resurrection in the Bible and many things. See, they don't have a care in the world. They don't know that the world is falling apart. They don't know there's a war in the Middle East. They don't know any of this. They're just having fun. So I was just eating pomegranates, and I was like, just sitting today in between meetings and just thinking, man, thinking about the spies, in the land, and how, a lot of them came back and said with a report, with a narrative of the giants are too big, there's no way we can overcome it. Or maybe if it's in 2024 in America, it's the polling is against us on all the issues, and we don't know what's going to happen, and the hurricanes coming, and the earthquakes, and you have all these issues, right? And China and Russia and the Middle East, and then there was a few spies that came back with the proof of the fruit in the land. One of those was a pomegranate, by the way, and just said, no, man, look at the fruit, look at what God's given us access to. We got to take the land, And so I was just challenged today, to be a person in America. Obviously, we're out there, we're fighting, we're worshiping, we're praying, we're registering people to vote, we're doing all that. I mean, we're bringing an entire team into the devastated area next week, by the way. So if you're in Georgia and North Carolina and you're coming to our gatherings at the Capitol, we're asking you to bring aid next week, because we're going to drive it right into Asheville. We're going to have a church service in Asheville and the surrounding areas. We're partnering with several organizations next Sunday. So be praying for us, and we'll launch a whole fundraiser around that to help those folks out. But we have all these issues and these crises around us, but yet we're called to be a people in the midst of it that focus on the fruit. In other words, focus on God's narrative, what God's doing, how he's moving. And it doesn't mean that we're ignoring the realities of what we're facing. No, we're very aware of them. However, we're living according to a different narrative. We're living according to a different perspective. And so that's my encouragement for all of you out there. And if you know people that are bummed and depressed and discouraged, share this video with them, and maybe it'll give them some hope. Although we're living in the brokenness and we're living in giants in the land, we always point back to the fruit. God's called us to be people that bear fruit. He's called us to be people that live according to a different narrative, a different story. And so can't wait to see you guys this weekend in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Saturday, it's going to be awesome. We got some surprises. I can't talk about all of them on here, but we will be there at 2 p.m. at the Capitol. My entire family is coming, so I'm super excited about that. We're going to turn the keys in the Keystone State, 2 p.m. on Saturday. Then I'm going to be at church on Sunday, and I'm glad that blessed you, all of you people that are writing below. Thank you. And then next week, Atlanta. We're going to be in Atlanta next Saturday. To bring we're gonna put a list of supplies that you can bring to Atlanta, and we're gonna drive that right into Asheville, and we're gonna raise money. We're gonna bring worship. We're gonna bless all these folks in the midst of this devastation. So, I understand the difficulty many of you are facing, that we're facing as a nation, but I also know that God's called us to live according to a different narrative, and that He's on the throne, He's in control, and man, He's got good fruit out there. And so I'm going to go back to my pomegranates and the kids running around. But God bless you guys. Hope this encouraged you, and I can't wait to see you in Pennsylvania, Atlanta, Georgia, Raleigh, North Carolina, Phoenix, Arizona, and then in Washington, D.C. I can't wait. Washington, D.C. is going to be amazing on the National Mall, October 26th. We already have 12,000 people signed up for the Jesus March. And so we can't wait to see what God's going to do. And October 26th, it's going down, baby. Bless you guys.